Hello everyone, you are all welcome to lecture number 1329, and today's topic is very interesting, and that is how the sound wave stimulates our brain and also recovers our memory. So the sound waves, they play significant role in our brain health, and it can protect us from dementia and Alzheimer's. And this latest finding is based on the basis of lot of publications from Johns Hopkins Hospital, USA, and they have mentioned that the hearing loss is main contributory factor towards memory loss. And this wave, that is sound, it is in the form of wave frequency, and this wave, which is having wavelength in the form of frequency, and it is received by our hearing natural ear, and that wave will go to our central brain, and there it will be changed into electrical impulses. So that wave, sound wave from our ear, once it is received in our central brain, in cortex, it will be in the form of electrical impulse, and then it will be received there in the form of electrical impulse, and it will be processed and programmed, and we will recognize and we will understand the sound. So sound wave, if suppose we are not getting enough wave which can stimulate our brain, means we will be losing our memory. It means our brain is not regularly, continuously stimulated. And not only that, with this stimulation, out of all these wave, and wave, I say wave, means it is trough and crest like this, it goes like this. So one, this high and low. So within this, whatever distance is there, this is called wavelength. And this one, this wave is converted in the form of electrical impulse, means electricity. So this wave can behave in dual way. It has dual nature. Double, dual means double. It is going as a wave and producing electricity. Electricity means flow of electron particle, and that electrical impulse is by our nerve cells. So what happens? This is a very interesting thing, Sometimes when there is some problem, some fungal growth or some inflammation or some damage to our nerve cells, then the hearing, sound wave, we are not receiving enough because of the damage of our nerve cells, or inflammation of nerve cells, or due to some fungal growth or some other injury. So regularly, if suppose we are not receiving enough wavelength frequency to stimulate our brain cells, because our brain, unless it is stimulated, its performance will be very low, and slowly we will be losing our memory and stimulation of the brain. We will not be having active brain. So the sound, voice is very important. This wavelength to go and stimulate our brain capacity and memory. And according to these publications, there is a strong link of poor hearing is responsible of reducing your memory capacity of your brain. And when I say brain, means it is protein spongy mass, around 800 to 900 gram. And that spongy mass is nothing, it is just like we can say potty type, muddy type, and where it is having the property that is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity means it has capacity to mold, to reshape, and to regenerate by new connection, by stimulation, by wavelength, by frequency, by sound wave. So that's why even if somebody is getting some injury, or if somebody is suffering from some memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's, there is music sound therapy is given to them. So it will activate their brain. Sometime when they are in coma, so very specific type of wavelength sound is focused so that through air it is going and stimulating the brain cells so that they are recovered. And also these sound waves, they are stimulating to release more and more neurochemicals, neurotransmitters like dopamine, serotonin. So once your brain cells are activated out of sound wave, neurochemicals will be produced more. So you will be happy, you will be motivated, you will be more focused. So in this way, all these research publications, they have given lot of information how significant our hearing system is. So what happens in most of the cases, it is very rare in young, but after 60, you have to monitor yourself, your assessment, whether you are getting enough sound or not. For example, nature sound means maybe water falling and water movement sound, or maybe your fridge working sound, your refrigerator or AC sound, or bird singing sound. They are all of very low wavelength and frequency. And sometimes if you have poor hearing, you may not hear these sounds. It shows that you have the problem of some nerve and you are not getting enough signal in the form of sound wave, and that sound wave is not reaching to your central brain to activate your brain, and your brain is now under, we can say, pressure. And under pressure means it is not activated, it's not getting enough wavelength, enough wave, enough sound wave, musical wave, talking wave. And according to these research papers, whatever sound we are receiving, it is processed and programmed, it stays for 3 months. And unless some other sound is going, that will stay, and then it is going to damage our memory. So all these things are directly, indirectly related to your hearing and sound wave. So please, those who are above 60 or 70, is very common. You go and get it checked to know what is your hearing condition, how much damage is there, especially your nerve cells which are receiving the sound wave, and how much your brain is receiving. So all these things, if there is very poor hearing, definitely you should go for devices so that you can have normal sound waves, so that you can keep your brain activated, and also it will protect you from memory loss, from dementia, from Alzheimer's. Is a direct link of your hearing. Is a very important latest publication. So that is, I am going to show some of the pictures. So you can see the image of your brain, spongy mass, and red green all area. It is showing that how it is receiving the different wavelength, and it is stimulated, and it is having neuroplasticity, means it is elastic in nature, and it can regenerate new cells, and it can mold and it can take the new shape. That is the meaning of neuroplasticity. In this image, it is very clearly shown that how our central brain is receiving different type of sound wave. Sometimes it is in the form of voice, sometimes as a phrase, as a music, as a noise, and it is activating our brain, and brain is always active and memory is sharp. So that's why the sound wave plays very important role to keep our brain activated. This is very clear picture from down where it is your ear is there, and through your ear different type of wavelength with different frequencies they are passing to your brain nerve cells, and all connectivity is receiving, and your each brain cell, neuron cells, they are activated out of these sound wave. So now here I have given the summary of all those research publications. So number one, Johns Hopkins Hospital USA publication. That publication I have just taken few lines. What they have mentioned a lot about the wave, sound wave, and how it is converted into electrical wave signals, and then how it stimulates the brain. So the brain centers for hearing stores sound for up to 3 years following the onset of hearing loss, but after several years memory becomes weak. The hearing nerves lose their function and no longer sending signal. That is the serious issue. Once your nerves, the hearing signals, what you are getting, it is losing, and once you are not receiving that electrical signal, impulses, sound wave, then slowly your brain will decline, it will not be activated, and memory will not be sharp, rather than you will be going towards loss of memory. Causes brain to forget the sound over time. Number two, auditory processing. What is auditory processing? Sound waves enters the ear and are converted into electrical signals. I have already told you all, which are transmitted into brain for processing and programming. Number three, brain stem activation. The brain stem is responsible for regulating important functions, is activated by sound wave. Number four, central cortex stimulation. The auditory cortex located in the temporal lobe is stimulated and making sound recognition and interpretation. Number five, effects of sound on memory. What effect we have in our memory, whether we are going towards dementia, loss of memory, or Alzheimer's. So what is there? Number one, it improves recall. Number two, enhanced encoding. Number three, emotional connection. All these are related to your sound wave. That is the effect on our memory. And then number six, types of sound wave. What are the different types of sound wave? First is very good musical sound. Then nature sound. Nature sound means ocean wave, water wave, our singing of the bird, or some other nature, we can say sound. They are known as nature sound. And then number seven, reaction mechanism. What type of reaction mechanism is there? The reaction mechanism is that first, that all these waves what we are receiving in the form of sound wave is converted into electrical wave, and that electrical wave will improve our neuroplasticity, elastic nature, regenerative nature of our brain cells. And second is it will increase the production of dopamine and serotonin, which are known as the hormones of happiness, good mood, motivation. And also it will reduce your stress and strain. Since those hormones are released, automatically your stress and strain will be reduce. And that's why nowadays there is music therapy, sound therapy, sound wave therapy, and those who are suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia, sometimes very particular type of slow music therapy is given, or someone who has gone in coma. So such type of to activate their brain cells, such type of musical therapy is given so that slowly it will activate the brain. So with this I will stop. In the last but not least, those people who are above 60 or 70, if they have any indication or signal of very poor hearing, please go and contact your ENT doctor, ear, nose and throat, before it is alarming and where your lot of nerves are damaged or they are having lot of inflammation. Once again, thank you very much for watching the lecture.